Now we can come up to a use of technology in service delivery, and one of the technology called the data management system. It also refers the integrated systems like management information system, that how to track the resources, how to track the people in case of mothers and children, and of course their transaction, which ultimately increase the transparency and accountability. The next is smart infrastructure. It also refers to the intelligent transportation system, the smart grid system, and how to optimize the public services in the metropolitan or smart cities. And what was the impact on service delivery? That means, what is the impact of technology on service delivery? These are the four reasons. The first one is efficiency. It faster the process, reduce the manual work, foster the response time, and of course to save the cost. The next one is the accessibility. It aims to overcome the geographical barriers, reaches to a mass of population, especially in the remote areas, and provide the 24/7 services. The next is quality. It refers to a real-time monitoring process, that how to keep the data more secure for the meaningful decisions and the personalized intervention. And the last one is the transparency. So through the use of technology or the technology intervention on service delivery, this is one of the most efficient advantage, that's called the transparency. So it also refers to keep the digital records, automated alerts through the SMS or through the WhatsApp or the Telegram, and the clear tracking system, which reduces the corruption and improve the governance system. Next is digital marketing, which refers to the online channels and the digital technology, so that the organization promote the brands, products and services, which is ultimately connect with the customers. These are the next is key channels, where these are the key channels that through the use of these channels the company can promote their products and services which directly connected with the customer using the various methods. The first one is the search engine optimization. It aims to optimize your website to be the most visible on the Google for searches, like if any customer willing to search the best running shoes, that means, and your website all visible on the front, that means the more people can able to find out you organically. Next one is the content marketing. It helps to create the helpful blogs, posts, videos or guides. For example, the US brand, that is the Patagonia outdoor videos, especially means for shoes, to attract and engage an audience or a target audience. Next is the social media marketing. It aims to post the latest updates, running the contest, or using the targeted advertisements on an online platforms like Facebook, Instagram, so that they can reach the overall demographics of the population, which differs on age, occupation, income, etc. Next is email marketing. It helps to send the newsletters, the promotions, or the abundant, you can say the cart reminders to all the online subscribers. Like for example, as the US one of the brand called Patagonia emails, they always emails to their existing or the present customers about their latest brands, about their latest products or the services, and accordingly the customer will came to know about their latest products. Next is a pay per click, that's called in short PPC. It all advertising, it aims to pay for ads to appear on the search results, that's called a Google ads, or the website. In other words, we can also call display advertisement. The next search engine channel, that's called the video marketing. It refers to ads on the YouTube or the TikTok showing your product in action, that how to use the product carefully. They will always show through the video about the advantages of using the product or the benefits of its usage. That could be done through the video either on YouTube or the TikTok. And most of the influencer or the brands is associated with the YouTube influencers, so that they can promote their product through the video on YouTube, indicating about the benefits of its usage, or how to use this particular product. This is a simple example that how these search engines will used when a new coffee shop is opened. So the first one, they build up a website. So to begin a new coffee shop, the first initial stage is to build up a website with their menu, location, number of hours, which called a website marketing. The next one is they use the SEO, that means coffee shop near me, that brings their business more visible to the audiences. The next one, they post a daily special pictures, you can say, of their latest art on Instagram or through Facebook or any other use of social media. The next one is they run a Facebook ad which target the people without 5 miles of their store. That's called PPC, or social advertisement or display advertisements. Next one is they offer a 10% discount through email to anyone who sign up on their website. That actually called email marketing. So through the email, they will get to know about their latest discount offers on the product. They visit the website and avail the discount offers and buy the product. And it could be done through email marketing. The next section is the advantages of digital marketing. It refers to a global reach and targeting. So it reaches the customers globally and pinpoint the specific demographics, their interests, their behavior more effectively as compared to the traditional marketing methods. Next one is the cost effectiveness. It is more cheaper to reach out the right audience as compared to the expensive promotions or the promotional tools like print or television. The next one is the measurable results. It refers to a real-time analyst which shows the campaign effectiveness that allow for a quick adjustments like tracking the clicks, conversion rate, etc. Next is it increased the engagement. It refers to a two-way communication through the social media, through the emails marketing, and that also build up a strong connection with the customer and customer loyal to them. Next one is personalization. It also tailors offers and content to individual users that enhance their experience. Next one is the flexibility and agility. It refers to the campaigns that can be modified instantly so that they can easily adapt the market changes, and of course performance data. Next section is a disadvantages of digital marketing. It refers to a very high competitive environment. There's always a low barriers to entry, means crowded digital spaces, making it more more competitive in the market. The next one is technical skills needed. It also requires the expertise, those staff who are very expertise in SEO, data analyst, use of social media and the new technologies. Next is the privacy and security. It also refers to the data breaches, and the strict regulations always exist when and when there is an increment in the risk while posting, which ultimately impact the user trust. Next is the ad fatigue and the blockery. Consumers are more overwhelmed by ads, and the ads blocking the softwares, which reduces reaches to the customers. Next one is algorithm changes. The constant updates from Google, social platforms can drastically affect the visibility of the websites. Next is managing the negative feedback. It also refers the bad views which spread quickly and which ultimately have a negative influence on the reputation of the organization. Next one is the dependence on technology. It relies on the internet access, device compatibility and the platform stability. Next is the key digital marketing strategies. The first one is the search engine optimization. It means it refers to improve the website more visible on the search engine like Google as compared to the traditional marketing methods. Next one is the content marketing. It also refers to create and distribute the valuable messages or the content through the blogs or e-blogs, the videos, the infographics to attract and retain a clearly defined audiences, which ultimately build up the customer or the user trust. Next one is the social media marketing. It also refers to engage with the audiences and how they could build up the communities on the online platform like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, through the TikTok with tailored content and the direct interaction with the customers exists. Next is email marketing. It's nurture the customer relationship and of course boost the sales through the personalized campaign and automated sequences or newsletters. Next one is the pay per click advertising. It also refers to run the targeted ad campaigns on the through the Google ads or the social ads to gain the instant visibility and generate the immediate traffic and leads. Next is influence marketing. It aims to collaborate the influential figures to endorse the products and expand the reach and credibility. The next one is the conversion rate optimization. It aims to improve the website elements like you can say CTA forms or pop-ups to convert more visitors into the customers. The next is the core steps for strategy development. The first one, it aims to define the goals and audiences. Set up the clear objective through using the SMART goals and create a detailed buyer personas to understand who they are targeting and what sort of audiences they are targeting. Then the next step is to select the appropriate channel. Choose the best platform or the appropriate platform. Either could be the SEO or a social or a email or any sort of advertisements where the audience spend more time on it. The next step is to content planning. It refers to develop a content calendar with list of the topics and the formats through the blogs, videos or any online platforms. Next is then to decide the budget and resources. So it also aims to allocate the budget and defines who handle the different tasks in-house or outsource, etc. Next one is the execution and analysis. It refers to launch the campaigns and use the analyst called a Google analyst to track the performance and make data driven adjustments. The next concept is a rural marketing. It refers to a two-way process which covers moving the farm products from villages to cities, that's called inflow, and bringing the manufactured goods to the rural consumers, that's called outflow. And that's why it called a two-way process, means inflow and outflow of the goods or services. Next one, it also refers to a unique consumers, where the rural consumers have different taste, different purchasing power, and belong to the different cultural backgrounds, but ultimately they rely on agriculture. They require the specific marketing approaches as well. Next is a logistical challenges. It refers the markets which are geographically spread out with less developed roads, communication, retail, making the distribution more difficult. So that is also the challenges that the rural consumer faces in this particular perspective. The key example in strategy, as we can talk about the Coca-Cola, where the Chota Coke, which introduces to a small low priced bottles to make the drink more accessible to in remote areas, where the particular they can use the mobile vans for sampling, games in the villages, and of course leads to boost the sales significantly. The next example we can take about Hindustan Unilever, that is the Project Shakti. It trained the rural women called a Shakti Ammas, who sells the HUL products door to door to build up an income opportunities and the brand reach simultaneously as well. We can also refer the Asian Paints, which leveraged the trust by printing the local leaders, which called a mukhia of the house, making the product desirable through visible and the trusted results. The common rural marketing strategies. The first strategy is the affordable pricing and sanchit marketing. It refers to smaller sizes like Chota Coke to fit the lower income and open up the income opportunities for the people in the rural areas. The next one is the distribution innovation. It also refers to the mobile vans, hub and spoke models, and leveraging local kirana shops. The next one is the trust building. It also helps to to build up the trust with the customer, with the rural consumers. So it could be it could be through using the local influencers like the mukhia of the house, community engagement, and demonstrations. Next one is a media and communication. It used the regional television or the local newspapers, SMS, and the simple culturally relevant messaging systems so that they are more aware about the rural organic products or etc. Next one is the social initiatives like the projects like Shakti Ammas that empower the communities or women communities while setting up the products. Next section is the nature of the rural marketing transactions. It is a two-way flow where the transactions involves the exchange of manufactured goods, agricultural inputs, services, and the movement of the farm produce to processing units and the end customers. Next is the dominance of cash and kind. While the cash transactions are very common in the rural areas or the remote areas, and the barter system and the payment or kind is still exist in that remote areas, particularly with the mobile traders, especially in the food grains. Next is Next is a credit dependence. The availability of the credit from the local money lenders or the informal channels plays a very significant role in enabling the purchases or as a formal banking system, and of course through this the credit facilities are become inadequate in the remote areas for the rural consumers. Next one is the seasonal fluctuation. The transaction frequency and the volume are highly seasonal, and of course it would peak during the main seasons and immediately after the harvest seasons when the farmers have higher disposable incomes. Next is the price sensitivity. Rural consumers are more price sensitive. They always prefer those products whose price are very low, or where the product sizes in small affordable pack sizes are more fit to their lower incomes. Next one is the trust and the personal relationship. Transactions are heavily influenced by trust and the personal relationship. So the consumers always rely on the word of mouth recommendations. Next is a slow buying decisions. Rural consumers tend to be more conscious and deliberate on their purchasing decisions, because after all they have to buy based on their income, and in this way it also requires the product demonstration and the trial before committing any purchase by the rural consumers. And the last one is the preference for the local and the traditional channels. Informal markets like weekly village markets like Hearts or the Melas, mobile traders and the local journal stores remain dominant distribution and the transaction point of sale. What are the challenges faced in rural marketing? The inadequate infrastructure, poor road connectivity, limited transportation options, which always rely on the bullock carts or the non-conventional means in the remote areas. Next is a low literacy level. It become more difficult when the consumers are less literate and in as compared to the urban areas, who make print media become inefficient in the remote areas, and complicate marketing communication become more difficult. So marketers must rely in a simple visual, oral and the localized communication strategies. Next one is a varied language and dialects. So India, you can say linguistic diversity with the various regional languages and dialects make it more difficult to design the standardized advertisement pan India promotional campaigns. Next is dispersed market. The rural population is, you can say, scattered across a vast number of villages. So it become more difficult that distribution for the distribution process, and it also become more expensive as well. Seasonal and irregular income. You can say demand for many products as seasonal and dependent on the agricultural cycle and the monsoon, which make the demand forecasting planning more difficult. Next one is the prevalence of the spurious brands. The existence of the cheaper, local and sometimes the spurious version of the branded products. It faces a major competition, and of course it become a challenge for a consumer to struggle to struggle regarding the differentiation between the superiors or the local products due to the low awareness and the price sensitivity. Next one is the traditional outlook and the resistance to change. Many rural consumers are traditionally bounded and they are resistant to adopt the new product or practices, but also requires the marketers to build a significant trust and demonstrate the tangible value before the acceptance of the consumers. And the last one is the inadequate banking and credit facility. Limited access to formal banking and credit facilities in many remote areas. It restricts the purchasing power, and inventory capacity would be more difficult for both consumers and the local retailers. Next is marketing challenges in rural areas. The infrastructure gap is always exists. Poor transportation, electricity system, low literacy and awareness. The cultural and the language diversity is also the major marketing challenge in the rural areas. Low and seasonal income, where the price sensitive is a high and income tied or lied to agriculture will leads to a demand fluctuations. Fragmented markets, a dispersed population and the informal retail structure making reaching customer more difficult. Distribution issue become more expensive. Consumer behavior, obviously when we talk about the conscious buyers, they will always lead to a slow decision making and more rely on the traditional practices. So these are the major marketing challenges in rural areas. Next is the rural marketing strategies. The product adaptation is refers to design the product specially for the rural needs and lifestyle. Communication use the local folk media like songs, puppet shows, dramas, visual advertisement, etc. and personal selling too. Next is distribution. Utilize the local channels like villages, haats, melas, small shop, direct selling, events, etc. Next is pricing. Offer the affordable price points, smaller pack sizes and credit facilities as well. Promotion, build trust through community engagement, focus on utility, leverage festival and use the demonstration process. Next, you can say the strategy would be the market understanding. The aims to conduct through research to understand the rural consumer psychology, their values, their buying habits as well. And the last one is technology smartly. Use the mobile based marketing and vernacular content as digital penetration grows in the remote areas. The next concept is the green marketing. Green marketing refers to eco-friendly products by focusing on the environmental benefits, building a brand image and meet up the consumer demand and needs using the 4 P's of marketing mix adapted for sustainability. So marketing mix promote the products and services which are eco-friendly, focusing on the sustainability, which recycle the materials, reduce the waste, energy efficiency or the ethical sourcing, as you can see in the one of the US brand called Patagonia Sustainable Clothing, Telsa electric vehicles, IKEA renewable energy use. As in India, IKEA is already came up, so you can see that how they renew the products which refers to a renewable energy use. Apple recycled components which always appealing to the conscious consumers and build the brand trust through the transparent, environmentally sounded practices. Examples of the green marketing strategies and the brands, we can talk about Telsa, where the markets the electric vehicle that called EVs as zero emission alternatives, which appeals to the eco conscious drivers. The next one is the IKEA. They uses the sustainably sourced wood, invest in renewable energy and design products for recyclability. Next one is Apple. It uses the recycled material in devices like aluminium or the MacBooks and aims for the carbon neutrality. Importance of green marketing. It meets the customer demands. It aligns to a growing consumer preferences for the sustainable products. So build brand reputation. It positions the companies as responsible leaders, which enable the trust and image among the consumers and reach up to the higher customer expectation. Differentiates in the market. It helps the businesses to stand out uniquely as they always focus to eco-friendly value propositions. Next is a drives innovation. It encourages the development of a new environmentally conscious product and processes. And it also ensures the compliance and sustainability. It helps to meet up regulations, contribute to the long-term environmental resilience. It reduces the cost as well when it comes to the operational cost, like for example energy efficiency. Green marketing mix. So first one is a green product. Design, develop, deliver the products that is sustainable, durable, recyclable. Next is a green price. Pricing that reflects the sustainable value, potentially higher initial cost for eco-friendly material but reduce according to the time period. Next is green place, that's called distribution, a sustainable logistic using eco-friendly transportation, minimum packaging cost, efficient supply chain is always reduce emissions or disturbance. Next and the last is the green promotion. Advertising highlights the environmental benefits, educate the consumers, promotes the sustainable usage and avoids the greenwashing, which focus on authenticity of the products. What are the problems associated with green marketing? It refers to the high cost, greenwashing and skepticism, where the false and the exaggerated claims is always exist and destroy the trust of the consumers. It puts the doubts in the minds of the consumers. Next is a lack of standardization. So no universal green label make it so hard for the consumers. Consumer education is also the one of the problem. Price sensitivity, supply chain issue, how to balance the profit and planet and limited market is one of the problems which are associated with the green marketing. That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening this lecture. I will come up to a more interesting, important topics in the upcoming session. So till time, thank you and namaste to all.